coming into today with this game in Purdue, I mean, I think we've said this almost every single week, even starting in week one with Illinois. It was a must win, right? And then you lost, and then we go next week and it's a must win, and we've continued to do this, and really today, to still hang on to any hopes of getting to 6 wins, which, I mean, even if you won today, I mean, it's probably not happening, but you had to win today. And how are you not up for today? I mean, it's beautiful. You're in Memorial. You're off a bye week. You got to go get refreshed, hang out, play Xbox, and there's just nothing. There was nothing. Like I said, I mean, we lost by 1 score, but I mean, forget about that. I mean, in my mind, we scored 17 points in that game. The second half, we were virtually shut out. There was no offense. There was nothing. There was no interior run. Yant running east-west and bumbling for -1 yards. Just Martinez sailing passes, standing in the pocket for 5 seconds, doing nothing. It's the same thing week after week, and it's looking at Nebraska Twitter this past 2 weeks. It's sad, but there's no excitement for the game because we see the writing on the wall, right? I mean, we were up 17-14, and you just knew it probably wasn't going to work for us. Martinez with that 2nd and 1, taking that sack, have a really nice punt, pin them down there on the 3, defense 3 and out. They have a poor punt. We catch it, return it to their 40. So essentially, our defense and special teams move the ball 30 yards for us, and then just we sputter and we do nothing. It's extremely frustrating. It's not worth a lot of people's time to watch anymore, unfortunately. And there's got to be some changes. So I see somebody made a comment that I have not watched Frost's post-game conference, but somebody said that he's sticking with Martinez. And I don't know if I agree with it. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it. Not versus Ohio State. But it doesn't surprise me. I don't know if it would surprise anyone else if he's sticking with Martinez. He's stuck with Martinez since anyone can remember. And it's just crazy that he's willing to maybe let this be his demise. I don't know why you wouldn't, if you trust your backup, right, and you trust your coaches who are developing that room, why don't you give that guy a shot? I'm gonna look at the chat here in the comments. Keep Frost and Martinez will be there in 2022, and they will still not make a bowl. Hope that's not true, Eddie. Yeah, as far as next year, I don't know. I think Frost will be here, in my opinion, even if we win 3 games this year. At the beginning of the year, my prediction for this season was 6-6. I mean, people were throwing out, there's no way we don't win 7 games or 8 games. And I knew, looking at the schedule and Martinez's ability to, not produce in crunch time, I knew that it was going to be a struggle at times. I didn't think it would be this hard. I thought we would beat Illinois. I thought we would beat Purdue. I thought we had a good chance of beating Minnesota. But if they go 3-9, like, how do you move on with everyone? How are you just like, all right, we're good, we'll persevere and we'll be all right next year. we'll bring everyone back and we'll just do the same thing. I mean, you can't. So there's got to be some people that are not there next year. And if Martinez is there again next year, who wants to be the backup? I mean, I guess it's his last year, right? So it has to be his last year. So maybe at that point you have some motivation to come in and play and work hard, because the following year you have a good shot of being the starter. That'd be the only thing, though. If Martinez comes back next year, you're not playing. There's I don't care who you bring in, which is frustrating. So